Hello and welcome to part 8 of my May 2014 update. As I mentioned in part 7, this will be Steelbooks, although there is one title in here which isn't a Steelbook, but you'll see why in a moment. I'm going to start with one of the titles in the Fox wave I mentioned previously. This is Speed. This is a film that I've already got on Blu-ray. Doesn't have any extra features on here, unfortunately. Well, not any in great detail. Might be a one or two. Not as many as a DVD. It's actually, when I was in America last year, I was in Los Angeles, and I went on the road, or road next to where they filmed this. It was being constructed at the time. It's where the bus does the jump. Couldn't really recognise it as the scene from here because it was all different, but it's nice to have gone around there. There we have the picture of the speedometer and what looks like a sperm, but it's not, it's a bomb, although it does look like sperm for some reason. Anyway, so this is one again where they showed this artwork and probably forgot to change it or weren't bothered and just ended up releasing this. So it's alright, it's not brilliant. Problem is the titles they've done don't actually sort of fit in with the film, the actual how the title is on the film, but never mind. So there's the back. This would be quite a common trend now, is putting a quote from the film on the back. So got a pop quiz hot shot. There's a bomb on the bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do? So we know what. I think we know what they do. And what they do is don't go and watch Speed 2 anyway, because that's awful. But here's the inside artwork. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock on the bus. Somehow it looks different in that picture there to that picture there, but still. Yeah, there's a reason why he wasn't in Speed 2, but I'm sure the film has his fans. Here's the card. So basically just what's on the front there. Next up, this is one that isn't a Steelbook, and it's The Pit and the Pendulum. This is what I'm going to do with these other titles as I've done before, and I'll just remind you again. When I have the Steelbook and the normal release, if I'm in different videos, I end up showing the booklet twice, and showing the booklets take a while, especially when you're doing a Steelbook video. So rather than doing that, I'm doing both versions in the same video and showing the booklet once. So here we have the aforementioned booklet, which I'll show you first before I show you the inside. Try not to get too much glare on here. Got the window open for, well, the blind open on the window for some light, rather than put my top light on, but the problem is you can get a bit reflective on surfaces. Not a huge booklet, unfortunately, but still a decent booklet. Haven't watched this one yet. Do want to sit down and watch this Theatre of Blood and the two Dr. Phibes films, or Phibes, however it's pronounced. But I've got a few ones I want to watch first. So yeah, the booklet, they're not particularly in depth, but well, I suppose it's in depth to a point. Yeah, and there's the back. We have the disc here. If I can get that out, try and get this out without pushing through. And there's the inside artwork, all the alternate artwork, because it's probably look quite nice actually. Probably stick with the front one because I never bother changing these. It's a nice artwork in there, and I'll show you the back. So quite good amount of special features on here. What got on there? Just yeah, I'm trying to see if this particular one here. I think it might be on the other release. But yeah, they say there's quite a lot on there, so Really good. A lot more than the DVD this I had, which actually had nothing on there, I think, apart from the trailer. Next up is the Steelbook of The Pit and the Pendulum, and like all the other Hammer ones, the Vincent Price ones, it's landscape. The Hammer ones is it? Hammer is it? Edgar Allan Poe ones, that's it. So yeah, really nice artwork on there. And the back, so a bit similar to the front. So I won't bother showing the booklet because it's exactly the same. And inside we have the inside artwork, which is quite nice again. Black and white, but that's not a problem. And I'll show you the back of the card here. Just fold that bit over. Sometimes I do take that bit off, but just fold that over, it doesn't matter. Don't need to keep that bomb sticky bit anyway. So again, special features the same, exactly the same as the Blu-ray release, because it's the same disc. Just having to buy both versions, as I normally do with these. Bit of a sucker really, but still. If you're a collector, then as long as you double, triple dip on things. Okay, next up is another one in this Foxwave, and well, we've seen the back, but go through that in a moment. This is the Thin Red Line, and this is one I also owned already as well. Don't mind the front artwork on there, it's okay, it's not brilliant, but again, it's a sort of silver steelbook. Showed the back there already, it's not brilliant really, it's they put text on there which you probably can't read, and yeah, well, there's something there, but not a lot of effort put into that really. And inside we have the artwork there. It's a great film anyway. Terrence Malick directed this. Sort of a time when he wasn't doing that many films. It seems to have been a bit more prolific recently. And I'll show you the card, although not really much to show you on the card. Yeah, just that really. Plastic sticks to everything. Alright, look forward to show you. Right, next up, again in the same wave, and actually all these are part of the same wave, so this one is big, and again it's a silver steelbook. It's basically the same colour as it was when it was made, and they just put an image on the front. Again, it's a sort of stylistic artwork. There we are. This has quite a few special features if I remember rightly. It has both cuts to the film on as well. I think the other cut has, I think, some extra. I think I don't actually know, half hour extra amount of footage in there, and it's also got the F word in, which was taken out of the theatrical version. But here we have the back, the famous piano, and there's the disc. This has not been released in the UK as far as I'm aware previously, on Blu-ray, and this is I think not available on Blu-ray yet, but probably is. There's Tom Hanks. Yeah, this film I hadn't seen for quite a while until I got this and I watched it again. Forgot how good it was really, because I thought when I first saw it I thought it was okay. I think probably a bit the younger time one watched it properly, but I actually sat down and watched it again, and it's a really good film. Probably not one I could I could watch every few months, but probably watch a couple of times a year. And then we have the card, find the right one. Just a continuation of the artwork there, just the back there. So it's got both cuts listed there. So yeah, an extra 26 minutes. I think most of the 26 minutes are in the deleted scene section as well, and the extended scene bits. So yeah, that's that one. I'll pile these on my bed now. Next up is Legend. Now this wasn't a film I was familiar with, so I actually can't move that right to this. And this is on the card. Look the right card. Ridley Scott, yeah. So yeah, I wasn't for some reason familiar with this film. Now I'm not sure if the US disc for this is actually better, but I'll have to check that. I think I've read something somewhere, but I'm not wrong. There's the top. No limits without, I'm sorry, not no limit, no light without darkness even. I'm not 100% familiar with what this is about. I think that's Tom Cruise. I think so. Looks similar to him. There's inside artwork. And there's the disc. So when I come to watch this, I'll be going into a bit blind. So it'll be interesting to yeah, Tom Cruise and Tim Curry's in this as well. But the only people I've heard of in this. But yeah, we're going to the film a bit blind, not knowing what it's about, so it'll be quite good. It's not a particularly long film. It's only 89 minutes. So in terms of Ridley Scott, it's probably one of his shorter films. Next up, we have The Day the Earth Stood Still, or even The Day the Steelbook Stayed Silver. Just the case again, another silver steelbook. I'm sure they must be charging more for paint steelbooks now. So rather than doing every single steelbook, they save it all up for one particular steelbook. This, if I remember rightly, this came out as a steelbook in the Cinema Reserve series, which I've still got those. So it's nice steelbook. So even though it's silver, I mean the artwork could be better, but, and the back artwork is poor, to say the least. It's a great film anyway. Haven't seen the Keanu Reeves remake, although I've got it on Blu-ray, but this is much better. But this is one I haven't seen for quite a while. I don't mind. I mean, I do like the steelbooks anyway, and even if I already got the film, I don't mind if it's a sort of a good film like this. I prefer really when I get a steelbook, it's this film I haven't got already. But usually most of them are ones I've got, unless it's something like Legend would say, which I wasn't too familiar with. And then here we have the card. So really not much point showing these cards, but I do anyway. How long is this film? 92 minutes. It seems at the moment there's not been any more Fox steelbook quays being announced. There's these and the War ones, which I'll be showing you in next sort of lot of videos. But they seem to be doing sort of 8 and 9 and 8, well, 8 and 10 a month, but not announced any for a while. And there's a few that I wish they would do. All About Eve and some of the ones like that. Some of the classic ones, some of the Marilyn Monroe ones even would be nice. Seem to be releasing films that have already come out in steelbooks. This being another point. This came out in the Cinema Reserve series. Different artwork. I think it was different artwork. Similar colours though. So it's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's actually probably one of the better artworks, and it's not silver, which is good. Stars Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Well, I actually saw something today, and it was supposed to originally star Paul Newman and Steve McQueen, but although they're both good actors, I think it works better with Paul Newman and Robert Redford in. I'll show you the back artwork. It's not brilliant, but there is something on there. I don't know who's actually designed these. So it's like hired some students in and told what the film's called and give them some crayons and just drew something on a bit of paper. But that's alright. I can probably wouldn't mind that as a poster. There's the disc, same disc as the regular release, and there's the inside artwork. Again, kind of sort of spoils it, film, but like a lot of these films, probably know how it ends already. So yeah, that's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Just for completion, here's the card. So that's another batch of steelbooks. So there's quite a lot of Steelbooks. I think about 40 or 50 come out over the course of May and June, and we had a few so far for July. Not as many. I think it's, apart from the Arrow ones and the Disney ones, there's not been a lot out. But yeah, as you can see, I'll put all these away back in the bags in a moment. So as usual, please rate, comment and subscribe, and until my next video, thanks for watching.